Construction on Highway 55 is underway. Its impact goes under the surface for one Golden Valley school. I visited Purpich Art School and found out how soon students will benefit from that temporary disruption. It's back to school at Purpich Art School.
We have students in 11th and 12th grade who come from across the state of Minnesota to study in an art area.
But for those students, it's also back to construction season. Work on Highway 55 is underway.
I would say that construction in some way has impacted every student.
That, on top of parking lot construction, is making it a little tougher for students to hit the books.
It's just required a little extra communication, a little extra planning on our part.
Betsy Anderson, the communications director for Purpich, says the hassle should be worth the wait.
It has been compared to students playing Frogger, having to cross 55.
In the past, many commuter students crossed the highway to get to school. Now, a piece of that project will change that.
Do you see that sort of grayish brick wall there? Yes. That's the entrance to the tunnel.
It's a new passageway that makes crossing the roadway safer.
Our students that are using Metro Transit would have to cross, and it was always a concern of ours and a concern of the city's for safety for our students. So this will eliminate that.
Tunnel construction should wrap up in October. Until then, students have plenty to navigate. Sometime in the near future, crews will have to shut down part of Highway 55 for 10 days to complete construction. We will give you a heads up when that happens. Construction began Monday for a permanent Daunte Wright Memorial in Brooklyn Center. The memorial will be located at the intersection of 63rd Avenue North and Catherine Drive. That's the spot near where Wright was shot and killed by a former Brooklyn Center officer during a traffic stop. Designs for the memorial include a metal portrait of Wright, a tribute display, and a flower planter. During construction, there will be a full closure of Catherine Drive by the intersection. That project is expected to take at least 6 weeks to complete. Just a few months after Mark Michael Diamond Designs closed along Main Street in Maple Grove, one of that store's longtime employees decided to start her own business in that same spot. In this edition of Business Matters, Delane Cleveland introduces us to the woman behind Crofton Stern Jewelry Designs.
I am very excited to see what the future holds and what we're building and creating.
At the corner of Main Street and Arbor Lakes Parkway, Kelly Sternow is embarking on a new adventure.
We have artisans from all over the world in our cases that I personally know and have connections with.
For the last 11 years, she worked in this very building alongside Mark Lauer as a custom jewelry designer, back when the store was called Mark Michael Diamond Designs. But after he retired last spring, she took over and made this business her own.
I work so hard to really continue this space and to maintain that presence for the people in Maple Grove and really all over.
The business is now called Crofton Stern Jewelry Designs, with an emphasis on design. Yes, they have plenty of ready-to-wear items, but Sternow's goal is to make this a destination store for anyone looking for something different.
My goal as a designer is to always try and push those boundaries of what is possible, what we can build, what we can do.
Sternow has the tools on site, along with years of experience, to design and manufacture jewelry.
What we do here is build these designs in three-dimensional space.
Whether you want a new piece for a wedding or if you want to give a second life to an old family heirloom, she helps customers through the entire process.
Going through that journey with them gives me not only a sense of accomplishment as an artisan, but also I feel like I'm helping them on their journey for self-understanding.
Crofton Stern celebrated its official grand opening earlier this month, but the hope is that the store will be a permanent fixture in Maple Grove for years to come.
We really want to continue that presence, being a jewelry hub, but based on Main Street.
In Maple Grove, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
A Brooklyn Center shopping center now has a special treat. Mucolandia ice cream celebrated its grand opening on Friday. The business has dozens of different paletas, ice cream flavors, and Mexican snacks. The owner says customers are getting a quality product. Meanwhile, staff members also say they're happy with the location in the Shingle Creek Crossing Shopping Center.
And I am 100% satisfied with this location, the community, right? What it has to offer. It is a high traffic area for us. We like the people we engage with throughout the day.
The store offers more than ice cream and snacks. The owner says that starting in October, customers will also be able to purchase crepes. A Brooklyn Park woman and gold medal winning Special Olympian received honors from the Minnesota Vikings this weekend. Tiffany Carey, a Special Olympics gymnast with Team USA, was honored at Saturday's Vikings preseason game at US Bank Stadium. Carey won a gold, a silver, and 2 bronze medals at this summer's games in Germany. The next Special Olympics World Games are right here in Minnesota in 2026. One local man is capturing people's love of the state fair through art.
We are standing in what I'm calling the Terman Gallery. So it's like all original artworks that you can see here. And I did a lot of State Fair specific type of artwork for this.
Adam Terman, who has his art studio in Golden Valley, has gained quite the following. His booth at the State Fair is 3 times bigger than in previous years. And with paintings of commonly heard Minnesota expressions like Geez Louise and State Fair themes, Terman's fan base continues to grow. He says the State Fair is the biggest time of his year for sales by far.
The State Fair, what we consider is like, with Team Terman, it's basically like our holiday, right? So this is bigger than holiday for us.
During the fair, Terman is also giving away a free painting to one lucky fairgoer. The 18 by 24 painting is valued at $2,000.
Our first televised high school volleyball match of the season on CCX comes up Tuesday night when Champlin Park hosts Eastridge. Here's a season preview of a very talented Rebels team. After an unexpected health scare that included open heart surgery at the beginning of the year, John Yunker is back coaching full-time in the gym. During the high school season, that means at Champlin Park.
Quite a surprise and whatever else, and a lot of support from people all over the place, and got through that. And since about mid-April, I've been back to the full-time doing everything as I was before, and excited to get ready to go in the season here.
Most of last year's starting lineup returns for a Champlin Park team that finished 24-6 a year ago. All-state outside hitter Carly Gilk is only a junior, as is all-conference setter Reese Axness, and middle hitter Catherine Adler. Senior libero Caitlin Erickson and hitter Lily Reese also started last year. Add in some younger players to this group, and you can see why the Rebels are excited for the season.
We're super excited about the new players. They're going to bring a lot to our team, a lot of good energy. Should be a good season.
The Rebels are ranked second in the state in the Class 4A preseason poll. They lost their season opener to number 3 Lakeville North last week and host 4th-ranked Eastridge on Tuesday.
It's definitely fun to get this season going off. 2 very good teams. Makes you just ready to go right away, jump right into the season.
If you want to challenge yourself and see where you be tested and see where your weaknesses really are, you got to play teams that are going to expose those things and whatever else. And wins and losses are great and to keep track of, but at the end of the day, we're just trying to get better for the postseason and see what happens.
Champlin Park has lost to defending state champion Wayzata in each of the past 2 Section 5 finals. To get to state, the Rebels would again have to get past the Trojans. But there's a lot of season to get through before the team could even think about that.
At practice, we're just focusing on one ball at a time and one match at a time. That's how we take the season.
The games begin later this week for local high school football teams. Jay Wilcox previews the Champlin Park Rebels.
Football at the high school level is a numbers game. At Champlin Park, they feel they have quantity and quality this season.
Overall depth, I think it's some of the best we've had since I've been here. We just have a lot of athletic kids. It's kind of just up to us to put them in the right spots. Like I said, close to 85, 90 kids, and a lot of kids worked hard in track or baseball or lacrosse or in the weight room. So I just think we have a lot of good kids, and we just got to put them in the right spots.
The Rebels return a decent amount from a team that was 4-5 last fall. So there'll be some veterans mixed in with promising newcomers.
I would say it's kind of a mixture, but we only have probably 6-7 people returning on both sides of the ball. So honestly, but all the new guys that are stepping up, they've been doing their jobs and they've been showing that they can be next up on varsity. So
offensively, shifty running back Arthur Russell is primed for a big season and will play some D-back too. Tackle Colin Ellingson is a 3-year starter. Quarterback Preston Tilke is a promising junior who is back from an injury. On defense, Minnesota Duluth recruit Matthew Heinen is a 3rd-year starter at linebacker. Safety Brady Shorenstein was the team's leading tackler last season. And lineman Nick Joseph is ready for a strong senior season after an injury. They should be able to stop some people.
I think our defense is going to be great. Last year I thought we were really good, and we have a bunch of returning starters this year. We have a couple 3 years, couple 2 years. So I think we'll be very good. And
like many local teams, Champlin Park's schedule changed some, with a couple of nearby rivals returning to the slate.
Ours changed up, and I think for the better. I mean, we added Coon Rapids and Osseo, who are close to us. The kids know some of those other kids from when they used to play them when they were, younger kids. So I think that's a little more exciting. We don't have to travel very far at all.
Biggest rival Anoka is up first on the Champlin Park schedule as they begin what they hope is a big season. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.